You're welcome to the Gavel. I'm Linda Akibi. There are many words which could be used to describe what happened in the National Assembly on November 20th. Chaotic, shocking, frenzied, just to name a few. Well, we'll just allow this report give you a glimpse of what happened in the National Assembly on that day. It all started with this long traffic at the entrance of the Parliament. By 10 o'clock in the morning, there were policemen in strategic positions, searching vehicles going into the National Assembly. But that was the preliminary to the drama yet to unfold. The last gate was under lock and key. Furious lawmakers demanded explanations from these policemen at the gate, who refused to say a word.
Nigerian nation, what is happening, my brothers? What is happening? Are you true citizens of this country? Are you true citizens of this country, my friends?
Please show their faces.
Are you true citizens of this country, my friends?
Not even the arrival of the Speaker of the House of Representatives moved the police to open the gate. Like football fans scaling the fence into a stadium, the lawmakers started climbing the gate in defiance of the presence of the policemen who locked the gate to prevent them from holding the day's proceedings.
Well, as you can see, we're here to sit today and debate on this emergency rule extension on the 3 states. But as you can see, they have refused to allow us enter to do our legitimate duties, our job that we have been elected to do, all because of the selfish reasons of some people that, we cannot tell. We're here, the Speaker has been refused to enter, all members have been refused to enter, and it shows you the kind of government we have in this country. It shows you the kind of irresponsibility that is going on in this country.
Finally, the Speaker was forcefully taken into the premises by his supporters. Other lawmakers joined him as they moved towards the main building. Their approach met another resistance as police fired tear gas to prevent them from gaining entrance into the building. But the lawmakers forced their way into the Green Chamber, and the Speaker took his seat amidst solidarity songs from his colleagues. Angry lawmakers immediately started gathering signatures, calling for the impeachment of the president.
What's the problem of Jonathan? We are going to cut the impeachment here today.
Meanwhile, the Senate president had access into the main building without any resistance. He received the briefing on the security situation from the police commissioner in charge of the Federal Capital Territory and headed straight for the House of Representatives chamber.
Yes, I will deal with our people today, wallahi. Let them move the motion here. You are killing our people. What is he doing here? What is he doing here? What is he doing here? What is he doing? He's work out.
Yes. What is he doing here? It's okay. What is the Senate President doing in our chamber? Who invited him? Official or what? Who invited him here? Majority of us have to cry the gate. Shut up. Don't tell me that. If you say that again, I'll slap you. I tell you that. If you tell me I'm serious, I will slap you. I mean it to talk. This is nonsense. You are telling me to shut up. How can you tell me to shut up? Yes. This is nonsense. Well, look at this small boy telling me to shut up. That idiot. What we are voted for. Yes. So enter with join friends. What is the president? What is the Senate President doing in our chamber? Nigerians will ask him.
However, some of the lawmakers kicked against the Senate President's presence, insisting that he must leave the chamber. In the end, he left the House and issued a statement closing down the Parliament till Tuesday. Lawmakers did not hide their dismay over the near anarchy in the National Assembly.
It's an unusual scene at the National Assembly. Policemen firing tear gas at legislators. Lawmakers climbing the gates of the National Assembly to force their chambers. All these in an attempt to prevent the Speaker of the House of Representatives from gaining access to the Green Chamber to preside over the House. To further prevent breakdown in the Parliament and to smooth frayed nerves, the Senate President made this decision.
Distinguished colleagues, because of the very unfortunate incident that has happened in the National Assembly this morning, I have decided that I will shut down the National Assembly until Tuesday next week. Both the House of Representatives and the Senate. It's unfortunate. We will invite the IG here on Tuesday also. You will recall that we had asked the service chiefs to be here. They were all here this morning, but I've spoken to them and I've told them to be here on Tuesday. So there'll be no business in the National Assembly today, and the place remains shut until Tuesday.
He also issued a statement after condemning the use of tear gas on senators and members of the House of Representatives by the police, describing the action as barbaric. Lawmakers in both chambers condemned the action of the police.
We had to trek from the lower gate that was blocked and came into this foyer and made this tear gas. The lower gate, the lower gate had been blocked by a police truck. So we don't know what's going on. But we learned that the police, which is part of the executive, have taken over this place. So we are leaving the chambers.
The police have no right whatsoever to invade the premises of the National Assembly. If they had any security issue, they would have taken up the matter with the leadership.
We just witnessed an unfortunate situation at the National Assembly. And I must tell you, short of calling it a coup, I don't know what else, to say happened today. It's unfortunate. We are hoping that somebody has to explain what happened. The entire National Assembly was shut down by unknown uniformed officers.
What actually happened today was quite unexpected. It was not an event that anybody was looking onto. But sincerely, I want to take this opportunity to apologize to the Nigerian people that it's a very sad experience. Very, very sad experience. And importantly, let me also use this opportunity to apologize to the Senate President, who also came in to try as much as he can to make sure that there was peace in the House. It's unfortunate that the altercation that happened was totally uncalled for. And on behalf of the House of Representatives, my sincere apology also goes to him. And I do hope and pray that this will be the last of this experience, because I believe that As Parliament, we should be able to address our issues internally.
It was very, very unfortunate because this is parliamentarian. The police should respect members. How can the police be pushing members and the members will be pushing them? In fact, some of my colleagues were telling us that they jump through the fence before they gain entrance to the premises of the National Assembly. So I think it's very wrong.
The senior special assistant to the president, Mr. Donyo Kukbe, said the incident at the National Assembly was unfortunate.
We wish that at all times, national interests will supersede all other interests, including personal and political interests. From government perspective, the overriding concern today is the issue of insurgency, which necessitated the request by Mr. President that National Assembly considers an extension of the state of emergency to give the security forces the needed legal framework and space for a successful prosecution of the war against the terrorists, Boko Haram. It is our hope that the honorable members of the House of Representatives will use the period of adjournment to resolve all matters so that they can resume to deliberate and act on this issue of national importance.
The service chiefs were expected to brief the Senate on the effectiveness of the state of emergency in Adamawa, Yobe, and Borno State in the last 18 months. But this could not happen as a result of the chaos in the National Assembly early in the day. The service chiefs are now scheduled to brief the Senate on Tuesday next week. But with lawmakers in the House of Representatives not approving the extension of emergency rule, the executive may need to begin to look for other alternatives to fight terrorism in the Northeast.
Now, lawmakers have not been the only ones reacting to the use of force by the police on lawmakers. Lawyers have also expressed their dismay over what happened on that day. Watch.
No one expected the drama that unfolded at the National Assembly that led to federal lawmakers climbing the gate to reconvene for an emergency sitting. Senior lawyers have been reacting to the crisis. Lawyer to the Speaker of the House of Representatives threatened to sue the Inspector General of Police.
For the same Nigerian police, whoever gave them the order to act in sabotage of the same constitution that set them up is, to say the least, an unfortunate situation. So we will meet, we'll look at it and see if any conduct of the security apparatus is suggestive of contempt behavior, and we'll bring it before the court. Because until we behave in a more civilized manner, the outside world may look down on us, and it is terribly unfortunate that we are behaving as if we are law unto ourselves. Even in military, the laws speak the same language. We cannot continue in sabotage of our constitution. We cannot, simply because we want to remain to be seen as exercising maximum dictatorship. There's no place of that in a democratic setup. It can't happen. It can only be in Nigeria, where a number 4 citizen and the parliament is invaded. That's a sacred institution.
You still need the institution that is vested with the powers to interpret the Constitution to do its job. That is why we have various institutions created by the Constitution and given powers. If everything were to be so clear as not to need interpretation by the courts, then there would have been no need for the judiciary to be established by law. I'll give you an example, Gloria. Assuming in broad daylight, somebody kills another person in the presence of witnesses, does it mean that the public will be right to resort to self-help because the person, by law, the punishment for murder is very clear. The punishment is death. Is it not clear? There's no argument about the punishment for murder. It is death. It is clear by law. But then, what is the process before you now confirm that the person is entitled to die for what he has done? Would the public be right to take laws into their hands, beat the person to death, or take the person to a bush hut, try him instantly and sentence him to death. That will be self-help, even though the law is very clear. So in the same vein too, even though the law is clear as to defection, there's a process you need to go through. There's an institution that needs to interpret what has happened and say, yes, this provision has been contravened. That is the court of law. There must be order in society. It is what is happening, Gloria, is completely undemocratic. It's a throwback to military, to the dark days of military rule. It is, symptomatic of desperation by the ruling party to hold on to power at all costs. And another angle to this, of course, is the pure discriminatory practice that has been introduced into this whole thing. So if you want to take it out of the realm of law and take it, to the realm of good conscience and equity and fair play, what is happening is outrageous.
Not all were, however, quick to criticize the police, but instead they call for a negotiation between warring parties.
And I do not think it is going to be in the interest of all, be it opposition or the ruling party. We do not apply some caution. And even if there is a barricade, I do not think taking the law into our hands is the solution to it. So one self-help cannot cure another self-help. Because if the thing are degenerated, we lose lives and then all those kind of things. It's not going to be the best for the country.
In many ways, the crisis which brewed at the National Assembly has been described as a show of force by the police. But besides that, there's strong clamor for the police to demonstrate more caution in crisis situations.